okay, I want to hear the point of view of somebody from my profession, because all the other coaches that I've been talking or hearing, they are not related to the work we do or the way of life we have. So Julie do has that inside thing about us because she's also one of us. And that's one of the things I do love about the Happy PharmD program, and I think that's what I want to reproduce with the rest of the colleagues in our country, because like you said, we all think alike. I mean, we all struggling with the same things, and we can help each other to be better every day.
All right. Well, everyone, welcome to the Happy PharmD podcast. Today we have a very unique episode. We have 3 guests with us. We have one of our fellow Happy PharmD coaches, Julie Kidd, and then we have 2 pharmacists from Costa Rica, Josie and Cesar. Welcome, everyone, to the podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, again, welcome, guys. So first, I'd like I'll actually have all of you go. So we'll start with first you 2 guys. So Josie, if you want to go first, just a quick bio about yourself, where you live, and what you currently do.
Okay, so I'm from San Jose, Costa Rica. I'm 26. I'm a pharmacist who is now dedicated to pharmacovigilance in MSD, Merck. And I have been working there for 2 years now.
Cool, very cool. And Cesar?
Well, I'm also from San Jose, Costa Rica. I'm 35 years old. I'm a pharmacist who works now as a medical training manager in a Latin American company called Megalabs. I'm in charge of training all the medical representative sales force. And I'm also a university teacher. I teach pharmacology in a University of Medical Science here in Costa Rica called UCMed, for medicine student and pharmacy student.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. And Julie, I know you're a regular on this, but if you want to give a quick background on yourself, go right ahead.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Julie Kidd. I am a pharmacist in a multiple sclerosis clinic during the day. I work there part-time, and I'm a career coach with Happy PharmD part-time as well. I always forget to say I have another side gig. I teach a class at the gym as well. So I teach a body pump class as my third side gig. So I'm really, really excited being here and talking about what we've been doing with expanding the PharmD internationally and to our first with our Costa Rica friends, and hearing their thoughts of coaching and what benefits they gain from it and why they signed up for it in the first place. So thanks so much for letting us have space to talk about that.
And I feel like before we get into having you guys tell us more about, specifically why you got into coaching, Julie, do you mind giving like a brief intro on what exactly you guys did? I know you and Alex were thinking up this idea. So where did that come from? And tell us a little bit more if people really aren't sure what we're talking about first.
Yeah, absolutely. So Alex and I, for a while, we just kind of put our heads together and kind of dreamed and thought about how we could expand Happy PharmD internationally. I have a heart for Latin America. I spent a significant amount of time there in my earlier years in Latin America, and just really fell in love with the culture and the people. And so we wanted to elevate the profession of pharmacy in Latin America. We weren't sure how. We thought that would be through education in some capacity, but weren't really sure the tools or the platform we would use. And so I was just really fortunate to connect with different people and different pharmacists. In Latin America, I was connected to this guy named Jose Pablo, who's also in our coaching group. And he is very well connected within his community and in the pharmacy community. And so we talked for a long time about what could be started, what were the needs. I don't know the needs of Costa Rica or Costa Rican pharmacists, or what are the pain points. I don't know that. And so he really helped me to understand what pharmacists in Costa Rica would need. I was talking about continuing education or giving lectures or all these things I thought would be needed. And he said, I think we just really need coaching. And so we put a group of clients together from Costa Rica to do our first group coaching session of Costa Rican pharmacists. And so these are 2 of our clients that we've almost finished those sessions. But it's been a really awesome experience to journey with these folks through their career development, to hear the pain points of Costa Rican pharmacists. And actually it's very, very similar to what we're doing in America. And so long story short, we aren't quite sure where we're going. We have a plan, but we are really wanting to just invest in pharmacy practice, elevate pharmacy practice in Latin America, starting with Costa Rica. My dream is to have that be all over Latin America. And we established a nonprofit. So the money that we make will go into the nonprofit fund, which will go back to the communities there in Costa Rica. And that will probably be things that are not medical, helping build schools, or helping with orphans, or perhaps, helping a pharmacist with a small business or something like that. So we're just really excited about dreaming big and investing in pharmacists, and also investing in their communities. So that's kind of what got us here. And we're, again, we hold it loosely, but we're really excited about where the future is going.
No, that's awesome. No, thank you for giving us that explanation of what the whole idea behind this is, and the goals. So, Josie, I'd love to hear. So, how did you hear about coaching, and what interested you in it, and what drew you to it?
Okay, so I first started a coaching session with somebody else, and then I don't know why. I think maybe it was like destiny or something. Like a few days ago, after I started this session, Jose Pablo, he talked to me. He was my teacher when I was studying pharmacy, and he told me, yeah, well, we're having like this coaching session. Do you wanna be there? I was like, well, why not? I have always feel like this is a very interesting topic. I personally like to help people, and then I don't know. It was just amazing how they just convinced me that I really need to be coach. I think I knew this like a long time ago, but I feel like I have been like lost in my career since I graduated. So I agree on having these sessions because of that. Because when I graduated, I believe I wanted to be a clinical pharmacist. I actually made part of my practice in the US, in Arizona. And then I got here in Costa Rica and was like, okay, we don't have anything like that here. And I was like really disappointed. I tried to work in a hospital and it didn't work. I didn't like it. So that's when I started working at MSD. However, I feel I'm not sure about, or I wasn't sure about what I wanted. So I think that's was the main reason why I agree on having these sessions.
And I wanted to follow up with that. So, how long from the time you heard about coaching to actually deciding to do it?
I think it was the same day, right, Julie?
It was pretty quick. Yeah, I think you were the first one to say I'm in.
Yeah, I think that's the main reason. When I was in the States, I was like amazing. Like, this is really, really nice. Like, you guys have the opportunity to make these residencies, to dedicate your life as a clinical pharmacist. And we actually, we don't have that here, or not as good as you can do it in the States. So I was really frustrated because when I graduated, I was like, yeah, I have my life solved. I'm going to be a clinical pharmacist for the rest of my life. And then I worked in a hospital and I didn't like it. So I didn't know what to do. And then I got this opportunity in pharmacovigilance, which is kind of clinical, but kind of not, So I think that's why I like it, because I have like the best of both worlds, I think.
Awesome. And Cesar, so how about you? What brought you to coaching, and what were your thoughts initially on it before you jumped into it?
Okay, I have to be honest. My thoughts on coaching wasn't good ones, because I haven't.
Before right?
Before,
Okay,
before,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
before,
I'm kidding.
because before our program, I didn't have a good experience of coaching. I mean, and you know, the more I read, I didn't like it a lot, but maybe, well, no, maybe not. I didn't have the good idea about coaching. I didn't have a good experience before. Then I met Julie because, well, Jose Paulo, who is the one who connects all of us, was classmate of me at college, and then we worked together in a private hospital for a few years. He told me about this program. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try because I didn't have any good experience before. And then, well, Julie just clicked because she heard everything about us. She guided us. She made me realize that the real answer of all my question was inside of me, and I think she created a perfect area, or the perfect, I don't know how to say it, I mean, like the perfect space for all of us to talk about what we need and what were our goals and why we didn't get our goals. I have one, I mean, I love teaching. I really love teaching. And in my work, I teach a lot of people in the company. And then on my second job, I teach a few students. And one of the things would keep me awake was the fact that I have a master degree on one thing, was business, on finance, but I was getting all the ideas in my head that I need a second master degrees on pharmacology, and I was struggling to try to find a program who I like it. It has to be online, and I need a strong program. I thought that I need a strong program. Then Julie made me understand that it's not just the title, it's what you learn. So I started to switch the idea, and then I began to do well in ASHP website, you know, some of the programs they have over there. And now I'm taking the critical care. And my idea is when I finish critical care, I'm going to do pharmacotherapy. And I'm learning a lot. And Julie guide me in that line, you know. So after that, the idea that I have for coaching is totally different, totally, absolutely different than the one that I had before. And it really make my work life, my teaching life a lot easier.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that answer. And for both of you, I guess, reflecting back now, if someone were to walk up to you and ask you if they should do coaching, from your answers, I think I know, but I'd like to hear, how would you, in a brief summary, how would you explain coaching to them? Like if they never even realized what that was or that it existed for pharmacists.
Coaching is having the space or being able to talk to someone who knows nothing about you, about your issues, or about what you are trying to change, and that person giving you the right answers, or the right, or the or make you feel confident enough to feel that you have the answer inside you, that you know how to do it, but you just don't want to do it. Because that's what's for me. Like now I know I had like these big ideas or projects, and I was so afraid of just seeing like the big picture, and now I know I have to take like baby steps so I can get there. And that was for me coaching, knowing that what worked for me is having baby steps until I finish what I want to do.
Well, and for me, coaching is absolutely about guidance. I mean, I've been thinking a lot about this program and how, you know, the answer was inside of me, but I didn't get like the right way of get the answer out of me. I was obsessed about my first idea, and through our sessions with Julie, she made me realize that maybe you just need to adapt and not. Uh, I mean, not forget your goal. I mean, I have my goal and I want to fulfill my goal, but you can find different ways. And she guided me through those ways. And I think I'm totally agree with Josie that coaching definitely create this space about discussing and make me understand how I can grow as a person and how I can grow a professional, and even in my family, and absolutely every area. But I think mostly coaching is about guidance because Julie didn't have the answers. The answer was inside of me, and she make me find that answer. So that's what coaching is about me.
And I think you both said that you had coaches prior, right? You tried coaching in the past. Is that correct for both of you?
Yeah, I did have a few sessions prior. That's like a trendy kind of thing now. But the experience that I have wasn't the best. I mean, I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel guidance. I didn't feel absolutely anything nice. So I have a wrong idea about coaching, and now it's totally different.
Gotcha. Same thing with you, Josie?
No, I really like it. I think I really enjoy it because in this company I work now, I think they kind of coach us when we first get in. We start training, and then you have like a PV lead, which is like your leader, and they are supposed to be for you and to help you, and they kind of do like a mentoring time with you. So I feel like really confident with these sessions, and because I was having like coaching with another girl before Julie, I really enjoy it, and that I think that's why I agree on doing this.
Very cool. And I guess so. Now that you guys are almost finished with coaching, what are the biggest things you took away from it and that you learned about yourself?
Okay, so that I'm capable enough to make whatever I want. I know that sounds funny, but it's true. That the answers are inside me, that I have to start learning how to say no and when to say yes, that time is important, that my time as a professional is important, that my time with my family and friends is also important. And I don't know, Cesar, if you want to say something more.
Well, I have to be totally agree with everything Josie just said. I mean, for me, one of the things that the coaching sessions teach me about is about time, the precious time. We need to take care of it. Like I said, maybe one of the things that I take most with me will be that the answers are definitely inside of you, and you need to find the way to get the answers out of you. And like I said, I have an obsession about a second master degree. Like I really need it for living, and I didn't need that. I mean, I need to keep growing of my knowledge. That's true. I need to keep studying, but that doesn't mean that I have a second master degree. And through these sessions that we have group sessions, I also learn about the other person inside of the sessions, and I really feel happy for all the things they get through these sessions. I mean, I saw a lot of, well, not a lot of people. I saw real people growing the same time I was growing, so that made me happy. I mean, they to see how they fulfill the goals or the baby step that every of us took on these sessions make me feel so happy because I was part of it, and maybe that's one of the things I want to reproduce with other colleagues, that feeling, because it really makes you feel good, and that's something always it's gonna be inside of me for a long time. I know that.
So is
That's
it,
really
oh yeah,
nice.
go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, that's really nice, because I was doing the group sessions and the one-to-one sessions only with Julie. I really enjoy both of them. I really enjoy having my me time alone with Julie because it was like my time to talk to her about all the things I didn't have time to talk to her when we were in the group sessions. But I really get excited when we have the group sessions because hearing the other people reaching their own goals was really nice. And the other thing was that it makes me feel that I can't disappoint the group with not doing my work or my homeworks or my goals I set the week before. Having that pressure of doing things really helped me, because I once told Yuli, I just sent the email I have to send like 2 weeks ago. I didn't just write before the meeting because I didn't want to start the meeting not having nothing. So I really like that support as a group you have when coaching in group sessions too.
That's an
Yeah.
awesome point. Yeah, Julie, I would love to hear your take.
Yeah, we, at the Happy PharmD, we've kind of gone back and forth between group sessions and one-on-one and both. And every time I like get on the call with whatever group or one-on-one, I'm like, this is my favorite way to do it, but it goes back and forth because just like Josie said, like that one-on-one time is really, it's great because you can get down to the nitty-gritty of things with that one client. But there's something really special in that group setting that people are keeping each other accountable. No one wants to show up to a group of 5 or 6 people not having done their action steps, right? You don't want to be in the hot seat and say, I did nothing for the past 2 weeks, and so that keeps us on our toes. But I think our group is, they're just dynamic people, and we are very open with giving feedback to each other. So, I'm the coach, but they're all giving feedback and ideas and brainstorming with each other to their colleagues. And so it's just really powerful, to think through different situations, different ways to approach things, to send an email, not to send an email, to take this extra role, to not take this extra role, to get a master's degree, to not, and so it's not just my thoughts and my, I'm brainstorming, but it's 6 people together putting their heads together. And I think a lot of these people knew each other before, but you do kind of bond through these experiences, and you're cheering each other on. So yeah, I don't know if one-on-one or group is my favorite. I go back and forth literally every time I get on a call with someone. So I like the mix of the two for sure.
Yeah, and it's not like exactly what you guys are saying. It's almost like having 5 accountability partners compared to just the one being the coach. And like the pressure is really on. Like it's a lot harder to tell 5 people that you didn't do something compared to one. So I get what you're saying. Did you guys feel like from beginning to end with the group that you, like when you initially started, your goals that you maybe had in mind, did you surpass those and meet new goals than you ever expected? Or how was like your take when you first started before you joined coaching?
Okay, so for me, my goals were totally different from which I have right now. I start having like goals that was just because I wanted to do something great in my workplace. And then I changed my goals to having something great for me and for what's coming. So yeah, they are really, really different goals. However, one of the things that coaching had teach me is that I was really just too afraid to send in that email. And it sounds really silly and it sounds really easy to do, but I have to do like a lot of things and research and send like some emails. And every time I was thinking about that, I was like, I don't have the energy to do it. I just don't have the energy to send the email I need to send. And I think I learned that from coaching, that I have to confront the things even if I'm too afraid of the answer.
I think we did a lot, and I think here in the States, we do this, pharmacists just work all the time. I think this group, they're the cream of the crop in Costa Rica, and they work all day long and all night long. So I think we did a lot of time management strategies too, of like, okay, this is when you need to work. This is when you need to take a break. This is when you need to be involved in your community. This is when you need to exercise. This is when you need to work again, instead of just working kind of dilutely all day long. And so I know with Josie, we did a lot of like literally kind of planning your days and your weeks of what that would look like to kind of bring your best self in every situation, so that you're taking care of your health, you're taking care of your professional development, your friendships, all of the things. So it was really great. I'm passionate about wellness. And so it was really great to have this group to also, they're passionate about that too. So we talked a lot about how to fit those things into their daily life or weekly schedule. So that was really great.
Yeah, I actually feel that since coaching, I am like more productive in my workplace. Like in October, September, I was working like from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 6 p.m. And now I'm working only the 8 hours I have to work. And that's enough. I will finish my work at 5 p.m. and that feels really, really good.
And I guess I feel like that time management, like you said, we're almost turning that into a big part of coaching, that a lot of people don't realize how important time management is. I guess in terms of, I think that's really important to emphasize just how big of a thing that can become that you didn't realize before, how big of a difference it is. Like Julie said, if you start, we had a conversation about this in a panel in the past in terms of like meal prep and like literally planning out when you're going to exercise and everything in between can make it such a big difference. So
because I was like so obsessed with having all my work done. And there are some things that are not urgent or that you don't have to finish that day, And the other thing is that I love doing exercise. So sometimes it happened to me that with having this obsession of finishing all my work on the same day I got it, sometimes I didn't have the time to do exercise, and that's really frustrated me. And then I start feeling like I have like this really bad day because I didn't finish my work, because I didn't even go to the gym, because I didn't go to a run. And then I start like to learning how to prioritize the things, my personal stuff too, and knowing what was urgent and what was not.
Absolutely. And what about you, Cesar?
Yeah, I think, well, first thing is in our group session, we were we were talking with people who really has time management issue. And you know what? They made me realize is if they can manage a lot of work in the same time that I manage my life, it was like, okay, maybe I have a huge problem about time management. So through our sessions, I realized, sorry, that I need to manage better my time, through our group sessions. And then I was like, okay, maybe I was wasting too much time in doing this thing. Maybe I should change the way I do my day. Matter of fact, in the last session, we were discussing about me doing my exercise at night and how I was using an hour and a half at night. And I was talking with one of our group members that I have a baby girl now. I was 8 months, and I was until 7 p.m. able to start doing some workouts. And I was like, okay, until 8:30, then I have to eat, do the dishes, a lot of things in the house, and I was not getting too much time in the night for my modules and the critical care certification. So I was okay, maybe I should change and do some workouts early in the morning and not later at night. So I have the night to do the modules. And, they make me realize that I should simply manage better my time, uh, manage better the day. And through our group sessions, like I said at the beginning, I realized that if they can manage so much work at the same time I manage my work, it's like, okay, I'm doing it wrong. So through them, I understand that I need to change some stuff. And that's one of the things I really like because it gives me perspective, sorry, about how other people do a lot of stuff that maybe I wasn't doing. and you just need to rearrange all your time. And
No, that's awesome. And as we kind of wrap up here, I want Julie to kind of jump in quick and just give a little bit more of a background of like what she thinks is the next steps and the ultimate goal of this program internationally wise. And this will also give the two of you a second, because I want you guys both to give me your best pitch towards if you're trying to tell someone why absolutely you would recommend coaching. Okay. So I'm going to let Julie steal the show for a minute, and then I'll have each one of you guys take a turn on that. Okay.
So yeah, I like literally have goosebumps right now talking about this. So we're dreaming big. We, again, kind of starting back to our initial thoughts and hearts towards elevating pharmacy practice in a Latin American country. So we're starting with Costa Rica, investing in the pharmacy culture and the pharmacists there. I realized pretty quickly that there were going to be barriers for me to coach a lot more Costa Rican pharmacists, because I don't know the language. I know some of the language, but not to a heart level. I can't speak Spanish that well. I don't know the culture. I don't live and breathe Costa Rica, Latin America like these guys do. And so I've actually seen mission work and nonprofit work done the wrong way, where sometimes Americans think that because we're Americans, we can just go down and do things the way that we want them to be done. But we really wanted and valued what the local pharmacists cared about and what they wanted to do to invest in their communities. And so what we are going to do, or what we think we're going to do, is we are investing in these guys right here who have gone through our coaching program and have made so much progress, even just in learning what is important to them in their lives. So I am training these guys to become our newest Happy PharmD coaches. So they will coach their own Costa Rican colleagues through group sessions, through one-on-one sessions. So they'll coach, and then again, a portion of what they make from these clients will go into the nonprofit fund, which will then go back to their communities. And we're really looking to them to, number one, lead this bus, because they're there day in and day out, but also for them to see what are they passionate about, what needs need to be filled, what gaps need to be filled in Costa Rica, poverty, social determinants of health, all those things going on in their city, that we can use these funds that we're raising. So we're starting in Costa Rica, but we're going all over Latin America. We aren't stopping this bus for a long time. So hopefully we'll have a podcast in a couple of years from now, and Josie and Cesar are mentoring new coaches, because they've trained coaches in different countries and they're coaching their own people in those countries. So that's the goal, is a more sustainable model where, they can speak Spanish to each other. They can meet up for lunch. Maybe they can, do all the things that to be local and with these people and know the culture. It's really important to do that. And so they, again, are elevating pharmacy practice and then to give back to the local community.
Awesome. I think that is so cool. I just love this whole idea. So I'll let whichever one of you is ready, please jump right in with, how would you recommend coaching to someone for the first time?
I will recommend it through an example in how coaching helped me to be a better professional. And a few days ago, a friend of mine told me a phrase that is totally true, and now I can say it. Everybody should have coaching once in his life, at least, because we don't ever have that right idea of, or the right way we should do things. It's not that the coach has it, but through the work together, you can find that way. And now that I'm being through these sessions with Julie, I realized that it really helped me to clear my mind, to not give up my goal, but to find the best way to reach it. And I think that's what I want to the colleagues here in Costa Rica find out. I know that a lot of people is struggling to different kind of stuff. I mean, from work, family, or, well, different kind of way they're struggling. So perhaps the answer is inside of them. And we can help them to find that answer or to find the right ways. I mean, like I said, we don't have the answers. The answers probably are inside of them, but we can be the path just to find it. And I don't know, that's the way I want everybody to think about coaching. Maybe a lot of people was like me, who, because what I think before my session with Julie is that the coach has the answers. But how the coach is going to have the answers if he doesn't know me at all? But now I know that the coach doesn't have the answer. The coach shows you the way to find the answers. So that's I want people to realize now and maybe help them to find their own answers.
Awesome. Thank you, Cesar. I appreciate it.
Well, I don't know what else to say after that, you know. Well, yeah, I obviously agree with everything Cesar just said, and I also feel that the coaching session were like my safe space to just talk about what I was going through. And I think that by just talking really helped me realize all those baby steps I was just skipping because I didn't want it to take them. So I think coaching for me was being able to talk and to be heard and just feel that I wasn't alone, that I wasn't the only one feeling that I wasn't happy or I wasn't taking like the right steps. So I think that coaching may help you to find your ideal work or your ideal project or your ideal master by hearing and by being heard.
Absolutely agree. Yeah.
I think that we just stay in our heads way too much. We talk to ourselves, we talk down to ourselves. So I think coaching is a platform to get those words out of our head to someone else. And sometimes even just saying it out loud to ourselves, you're like, oh, wow, you know, that sounds that I can do this, or maybe that's not the best idea. But yeah, just verbalizing those things and getting them out of your head is really powerful.
Yeah. And I feel like also the fact that the coach is also a pharmacist, they can relate to you in some respect, even if they're not 100%, you know, where you live or in the specific career role that you are in. They understand most pharmacists where we all think alike, right? We're all very hard on ourselves. We all are always trying to do more and not really giving ourselves the time for self-care and to work on ourselves as well. So at the end of the day, Cesar, you can relate.
Yeah. I think what you're saying is absolutely true. I mean, I think that's one of the things that make me want to do the program, because when our friends told us about Julie and that she was for the pharmacist in US, because I know a lot of the work you do over there, and I was like, okay, I want to hear the point of view of somebody from my profession, because all the other coaches that I've been talking or hearing, they are not related to the work we do or the way of life we have. But Julie has that inside thing about us, because she's also one of us. And that's one of the things I do love about the Happy PharmD program. And I think that's what I want to reproduce with the rest of the colleagues in our country, because like you said, we all think alike. I mean, we all struggling with the same things, and we can help each other to be better every day.
Absolutely. 100%. And I want to thank everyone again. Like, thank you guys so much for joining us today out of your busy schedule. As I know everyone, perfect example of time management, right, Julie?
That's right. We scheduled this out.
We made it work, right? So again, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I'm really excited to hear about all the plans and progress you guys are working on and make in the future, and hope to have everyone on again, you know, to hear more about all the results you're seeing and all the growth for the Happy PharmD, not just here but internationally. So thank you guys again so much. Everyone have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.